We're back.
Robinson Show.
Gabe.
Hello, my friend.
What is going on, man?
What's up?
Dude, it's been too long.
Too fucking
It
long,
has.
bro. How have you been?
Busy, and oh yeah, I forgot. Freaking busy.
Gabe.
Work, man, my life, my wife, my podcast. Just, man, it's all over the place right now.
Wow. What? You were originally on, what was it? The Park Fanatics, right?
Yeah, we originally Park Fanatics, and then me and my wife started a brand new theme park podcast in the same vein. So if people who have listened to that know exactly what they're getting themselves into with this new thing, it's called the Theme Park Duo Podcast. And instead of another guy, now it's my wife.
Yeah. I don't know. I like two guys. I like me two guys in my podcast world. What happened with Garrett?
You know, just differences of opinion with the direction of the show, creative differences. What can you do? Yeah. So he moved on to bigger and better things. I moved on to bigger and better things. And, you know, I can only wish him the best of luck and success in his endeavors.
Wow.
I'm just imagining that you guys got in a fight over a ride. One of you really liked it, the other one didn't like it, and it was like, it's done. We're not doing this anymore.
It was me saying I thought Twisted Colossus was just okay, and he threw a bitch fit.
All right, see? Getting to the bottom.
Yeah, getting gritty, gritty.
And then the next day he came to me, he's like, you know what? Disney is not that great, and I threw a bitch fit. So, I mean, what are you going to do?
Right.
You got to one-up that motherfucker. That's all I say.
So what are you doing differently with the show that you're doing now, or is it like kind of the same thing?
It's kind of along the same lines. You know, we really try to focus on a lot of different theme parks, just like Park Fanatic did. I think the main difference is just the dynamic, simply just because we have somebody different on the other side of the microphone now. You know, the dynamic between me and Garrett is extremely different than the dynamic between me and my wife. You know, I'm not going to tell my wife, go fuck yourself, like I could tell Garrett. If I did, I would be sleeping on the couch every single night. But you know, the point of view on theme parks and roller coasters and haunted experience is really different when you have somebody who's going to be there for the rest of your life. So you're looking at it from a couple's perspective a lot of the time instead of just a single person, you know? So, I mean, that's interesting in that manner. Most of the time, it's pretty much the same thing. Fun topics, roller coasters, haunts, dark rides, top tens, fun guests, that kind of stuff. So nothing has really changed in that respect.
Do you guys have different opinions of rides?
Oh, yeah, we do. She is strong-willed and strongly opinionated, and that's why I love her. and she'll tell me when to shut up. She'll tell me when I'm wrong. I don't like to be wrong, and I won't admit that I'm wrong, like most guys. But you know, she knows what she's talking about.
Do you cut anything out? Like, do you cut her out of the show? Like when she got you, got you on the ropes?
Anytime she tries to defy me, I just cut her audio out and it's just me the rest of the time.
Yeah. It's just you talking and nobody replies to any of your questions. And it's just...
That's like, oh, okay, cool. Then I'm right. That's great. I love it. Most of the time, I try to leave most of that stuff in because, honestly, it's what makes the show unique.
It is,
especially when we disagree.
Yes.
You know? Mm-hmm. It would be boring if we agreed all the time. Who wants to fucking agree all the time?
Right.
You gotta have a little change up here every now and again. Like, I make fun of her all the time because she's always like, I miss GT! I miss so much too! I cry when I was like, shush. That right sucks.
I was wondering, like, I'm trying to figure out, like, what an argument about rides are like. Does somebody just like slow rides, and another person likes fast rides? Like how do you debate?
Slow ride for the best.
Slow ride.
Most of the time, it's arguments of whether or not we think a ride is good or not. Right. Not whether or not, like, fast rides or slow rides. So it's like the example I said, E.T. Nikki has this extreme emotional attachment to E.T., And I thought that ride was terrible. I would fake names whenever I would go on that ride, so I could hear E.T. say, like, bye-bye, asshole!
I used to do that, too.
That was my entertainment factor in that attraction.
That's why I love that.
And I had sentimental attachments to other rides, so that's just kind of how it goes.
So with the E.T., what was so terrible about it?
I mean,
the bike basket.
Do you remember the attractions in any capacity at all?
I don't even know what
Universal. Right?
I honestly don't even know what you're talking
about.
Dude,
it was like you go on these bikes, right? And
with no seats.
Yeah, and it takes you into like hyperspace or something.
Hyperspace.
Yeah, hyperspace. And you go to EC's home planet, and there's all these weird ass like dozy-do looking fucking creatures. Dude, it looked like something out of like.
There's LT.
It looks like it looks like something out of like a Grateful Dead painting or something.
Did you fuck any of them?
I tried to, but that one slapped me in the face, and I had to leave.
What did he slap you with?
With his tentacle, and then I was escorted off the premises.
Sir, could you please leave the bike and not touch and fondle the alien?
Do you get to ride the bike?
No.
Yeah, so you got to ride the bike, and you went through some of the iconic scenes of the movie, but the animatronics were just old and dilapidated. They didn't, like, for some reason in my mind, they didn't even have faces. They were just standing there and pointing. It was just all very basic stuff.
Yeah.
Really, the appeal to the attraction was, like I made fun of at the beginning, was where he says your name. Yeah. So for her, the sentimental attachment is the fact that when it closed, she didn't get to ride it because that was her last time going to the park before it closed. And so she has like this whole real sad story that, and actually in our most recent episode we talked about. And it just in my mind, when I see Nikki walking away as a little girl from that attraction in the rain, soaking wet, I just hear the sad Hulk music as she walks away.
So okay, now I'm curious because I'm trying to understand. I don't do rides. I don't think I'd ever really go to theme parks or anything like that. So I'm trying to figure this all out here. So then, what like your favorite ride ever, and what is so awesome about it?
Okay, so is it my favorite ride of all time right now? Like the ride that exists? Or are we talking about a ride that doesn't exist anymore?
So, I mean, either one, because I'm more curious about what makes a ride awesome. Like, I want to know, is it like, oh, there's this loop that goes here, and then this, or is it just like, this fucker is fast? Like, that's what I'm curious about.
When it comes to the coasters, for me, what makes it fun is when I feel out of control. Like, the most recent time that I felt that way was on a ride at Six Flags Magic Mountain called Twisted Colossus. Now, we went for a Fright Fest, and we were able to go on a couple rides. And I had never been on this. This is a roller coaster that had been at the park for a long time and was redone by the company Rocky Mountain Construction, RMC for short. And essentially what they do is they do almost like a wood and steel hybrid coaster, and it goes upside down, it goes sideways, it does all this crazy shit.
Wow.
And that was the first time in a long time that I was on a ride, and I felt out of control to the point where I felt like I was gonna die. And I just there's nothing to hold on to in this ride, like just the fiberglass casing of the ride. So I'm like one hand on the front. I swear to God, I think I was pulling on somebody's hair and then holding my belt, and I just for dear life. And as soon as it was done, I needed to ride it again. That was how intense it was. Like it was just adrenaline rush for me, and I hadn't felt that in a long time. But if we're talking about like just my favorite ride of all time, hands down, no questions asked, like I will ride this till I die, it is the Indiana Jones Adventure at Disneyland. For me, that is the quintessential, the always for me. I have a very big boner for Indiana Jones. That is my thing. That was my movie growing up. I loved every single thing. So the fact that they had a ride blew my mind, and as a kid, I was actually scared of it. Like, I didn't know what it was. You walk into this freaking temple, and some shit goes down. Like, I don't want any part of that.
Yeah.
And my sister finally got me to kind of realize, like, hey, this is your favorite movie. You should really try this out. And I did. I fell in love with it. And
nice.
To answer your question, I think what makes a ride your favorite ride, I don't think it's ever, oh my God, it's super fast. Oh my God, it's this. And there's always a sentimental attachment to the reason why something is your favorite ride. For me, because Indiana Jones was my favorite movie of all time. For Nikki, it's that attachment to the memory of walking away and not being able to ride E.T. again and having E.T. pop out in front of her on the bike. You know, I think it's anything that makes you feel emotion, really, in any sort of fashion. And a lot of the time that happens as a kid. You know, it doesn't happen all the time as an adult because we're jaded and we think everything
dead
sucks.
inside. Yeah, fuck everything. Fuck the world.
Exactly. And it's filled with alternative facts. But as a kid, you're impressionable, and you feel the emotions that these creators of these attractions want you to feel. So when you feel those strong feelings, that's what makes you attached to a ride, and that's what makes it your favorite.
Space
you know,
Mountain.
and
Yeah.
Space
Mountain yours? Like,
yeah,
what is your guys' quintessential? Like, you cannot go without riding this ride. It's like, what is your guys'?
What's the wooden one? What's the old one at Six Flags?
That's
The
a
runaway train? Is
that's Rolling Thunder.
That's what I was gonna say. I love Rolling Thunder. I just love
Dude,
that
I love how
stupid
it
one.
creaks every time.
Yeah. What about Tiny Slambo?
I fucking love E.T., motherfuckers.
You love E.T.? Is that what you said?
DT.
DT? DP?
D.T.
DP?
DT.
My favorite ride is DMT.
What's ATM? What do you like?
Amanda, do you have a favorite?
It's probably Splash Mountain.
I don't even know what's.
Yeah,
That's
a
a
good
cool one.
That's good.
It's like super
You guys going to his
immersive.
laughing place.
Yeah, definitely.
A what? What do you say?
The laughing
The
place.
laughing place. So, like, in the ride, the portion where you go down the drop, and you enter this acid-filled fucking nightmare.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
they're all like,
terrible zippity doodah fox, like, animatronic fox with its creepy eyes, like clicking.
No,
terrifying.
those crows up at the fucking top. The crows, the animatronic crows. Those are the worst in that ride.
Oh, no, they're vultures. They're vultures.
Vultures, that's what they are. Crows, not crows.
Yeah.
I like the
Yeah.
Space Mountain too.
Yeah,
been a
Space
while.
Mountain is rad.
Have you guys been on the Space Mountain in Disney World?
Yeah, that's the one I've been on.
Which one's the
What's the
Florida?
one that you're referring to?
Disney World.
Disney
Yeah,
World.
Disney
Yeah,
World.
I've never been to Disneyland.
Okay, because the Disneyland is significantly better.
Really?
So try to picture this. Imagine Space Mountain on an actual mountain, and that's what we have in Disneyland. It's actually the Matterhorn. Like, it's a very similar ride layout and structure where you have two tracks, and they're two different experiences, and they're single seats, one by one in a row. And for our Space Mountain, we actually have something that's similar to what your Splash Mountain is, where you sit next to each other, and there's onboard audio, so you don't just have music blasting out into the ether under the dome. Although I love the music at Walt Disney World, Disneyland, man, that is the quintessential. That is good stuff.
Well, Disneyland's like the original, isn't
Yeah,
it? Like
that's
they
the
built
original.
that one
Actually,
first, right?
I'm pretty sure they built the one in Orlando first.
Yeah,
And
Magic,
they built
Magic Kingdom
They
was
built
first,
Magic Kingdom.
and then
Yeah.
Disneyland,
Oh, okay.
and then Epcot, and then
And then they consolidated all that, and that became Disney World. Then, like,
well, Disney World was always Disney World, but Magic Kingdom was first.
Okay.
They only had one
Euro
theme
Disney.
park, I believe.
Came late.
that is offensive. It's not Euro Disney, sir. Sir. It's Disney Paris. But yeah, we could talk all day about Disney attractions with me, man. Like I could talk all day, talk someone's ear off until they decide to displace themselves and end their life without having to hear me talk about. They're like Walt Disney's frozen head in like cryogenic freezers.
Is that real? I want to know.
That is not real. It's so fake.
I want to believe it's real.
Bring us
Don't-
the
wait,
first
stop.
Cuban
Tell me
child.
it's real, Gabe. Tell me it's real.
It would be pretty cool if that was real. I'm not gonna lie.
I told my little sister that was real.
I believe it's real. I still want to believe that I could get.
You just go to sleep instead of like kids wanting to believe in Santa. You're like, please, cryogenically frozen head.
Please let me get some head from Walt.
They nourish him with the blood of children.
With the blood of Cuban children.
Right. So let him robot chicken.
Yes, robot chicken.
Elion!
Gabe, what is a VR coaster?
A VR coaster is essentially a coaster with a really needless, shitty thing attached to your face.
Like virtual reality.
You're basically saying it's not good.
It's no bueno.
Clearly, I don't like it. I've hated the concept of virtual reality on a roller coaster since the inception of that idea. Personally, for me, I believe that going on a roller coaster you're going on the roller coaster for a specific reason, for that roller coaster experience. You want to see that you're up high. You want to see that you're upside down. You want to see the bank turns you're going on. You don't do it so that you can see robots attacking you, and that's the reason why you're turning. Screw all that. I want to see how high I am. I want to see how fast I'm going.
Yeah.
I don't want this big clunky machine on my face.
Yeah, you might as well just be in a simulation.
Now
right
they're
then.
gonna like spoil
Yeah,
us
exactly.
next.
It's like if I wanted to do that, I'd go on Star Tours.
I'd go on Slambo's room.
Oh, there's all kinds of simulations in there. We got cotton candy and all kinds of colorful balloons.
Simulation.
We all float,
Cotton candy simulation.
and you'll float.
I think that's another band name. Is Cotton Candy Simulation.
Simulation.
Cotton candy stimulation.
Yeah.
Even better.
But yeah, I'm not a fan of the VR coaster stuff. I like VR on its own. You know, I've done a lot of experiences in VR. I have a VR headset at home for myself for my PlayStation 4, and I love doing all those things. It's just, I don't want them on my ride. I feel like that is a very, very bad road to go down because we already have experiences of theme parks saying, why upkeep it? We could just put a VR headset on them and they don't know any difference. They've done that. They say, screw the maintenance. We'll just put a headset on them.
So you're gonna die. You don't even know. You think it's fine.
I don't want that.
Not only that, it's going to ruin this next generation of kids. Like they're not going to
I've
be able
already
to
ruined
just
my
like.
kids.
Even worse. They're already all on the screens and bullshit.
Are you gonna have a park baby? Are you gonna have a park toddler?
That is a fast pass that we're waiting to pull a little bit later down the road.
That would be like a season
yeah.
3.
Right.
You don't want
Season 3
to.
opener. That's the only reason they're doing it. It's for the ratings and the views.
You guys will know when we have a kid, but you see the name change from Theme Park Duo to Theme Park Trio.
We're gonna adopt an Indian child for next season.
Yes.
No, you
I
have
thought you
to
were gonna
adopt an
say
Asian
gift
kid
it
and
to
name
them.
him Short Round.
Capitalism, remember?
We're getting a libertarian president.
Very nice. Good choice.
Presidential
Good choice.
candidate.
That
Yeah.
one guy, Gary.
Housewarming gift or what was it? Like,
Yeah, Gary.
That's what I
try to
mean.
get Gary
That's what
Johnson.
we're gonna do. We're gonna adopt an Indian child and give it as a housewarming gift.
And give it to Arvin. Yeah, give it to your neighbor.
Yeah.
You don't want to punch your neighbor because he's Indian.
You guys want to hear? You guys want to hear a little bit of a funny story?
Yes.
So my whole family knows that I do the podcasting thing. They listen, things like that. And, you know, obviously my show isn't like yours where I'm able to use colorful language as often. But I like to kind of slip things in every now and again just for funsies to see if people catch it. One thing is on the last episode, my brother called me about 3 days before we recorded. And he just said, I have one request. I said, what is that? He goes, you have to accept it before I tell you. And whenever somebody says that, you know, you're like, well, shit. I'm going to have to follow through with this if I say it because I'm a man of my word. So I took him at his word. I was like, okay, I promise I'll do this on the show. What is it? He goes, anytime you refer to the Country Bear Jamboree in the next episode, you have to call it the good old country BJ. I laughed and I was like, how the hell am I going to slip that in there? But I did. So now it's the good old country BJ.
I don't think anyone will ever look at that the same.
No.
Probably not. In my mind, it's just like Deliverance is playing over and over and over again.
What is
Yeah,
your
big boy. Woo!
What is your favorite theme ride song?
Oh, shit, man. Okay, so I'm just going to have to go, because our very first episode was top 10 Disney attraction songs.
Yes.
And our stipulation was it has to be a song that was written for that attraction. So no Indiana Jones music, no Back to the Future, no Terminator, none of that stuff. It had to be written specifically for the attraction. Obviously, Haunted Mansion was on the list, Pirates of the Caribbean, good old Country BJ was on that list.
Small World?
Small World was on that list.
I hate that
I think Illuminations from Epcot was there. One Little Spark from Journey into Imagination was there. But our number one, and I think my favorite original attraction song has to be Fantasmic. The theme from Fantasmic is incredible beyond all belief.
Is it?
I love that music.
I don't think I've ever heard it.
And then Mickey's like on the sorcerer outfit, making shit explode. It's awesome. I'm a dork. What do you do? I'm weird. We're theme park weirdos.
What's the one you hate what's the ride you hate the most? Like
E.T.?
absolutely despise. Okay, yeah.
No, I don't know.
I absolutely 100%
Auschwitz?
despise Minion Mayhem at Universal Studios. I hate that ride.
I hate
It makes you want to
Minions.
punch all the stupid Minions in the face.
Yeah.
The thing is, I don't like the Minions. I think Minions are cute. I think they're funny. I think the comedy that they have there going on in the movies is really good. What makes me hate that ride is the fact that they took out Terminator 2 3D, which was a groundbreaking 3D attraction with live-action stunt people and great 3D special effects and animatronics and awesome. It was like our T2 sequel that we desperately wanted, which by all means was much better than any of the Terminator movies that came out, and they replaced it with this really shitty motion simulator attraction where it's like all the seats are in the same room and it's just done cheaply. Like, oh.
The one I hate the most
Man,
is...
can you tell the disdain in my voice? Like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Well, that reminds me of the Stitch's Great Escape in Disney World.
Oh, yeah.
That replaced the alien escape thing that was sick as hell, and then they replaced it with fucking Stitch.
Yep.
Of all things.
See, that's the thing is, like, I went to Walt Disney World for the first time during my honeymoon when we got married, and I know that everybody was like, Stitch sucks, this is terrible, like, this needs to be closed, and it's gonna close very, very soon. And anything, it's closed every now and again based on the seasons now. But I was able to experience that attraction, and I feel like because I don't live there and I've only been on it once, my hatred for the attraction isn't nearly as strong as everyone else's.
Yeah, no. If you experienced it before there was Stitch and there was an actual something to be afraid of,
terrifying
quote unquote
monster.
Yeah, even as not as like a small child, as like a preteen or something.
That made my sister cry. It was hilarious.
Exactly.
It was the best.
Yeah,
Stitch. Nobody's afraid of Stitch.
Terrestrial terror was in there.
Exactly. No one's afraid of Stitch.
Extraterrestrial alien encounter. And God, do I wish I went on this. But I mean, this is a lot longer conversation, because if that attraction opened up much later and at MGM Studios when that opened, I truly believe that alien encounter would be here today. I really truly believe that, because no one denies that alien encounter had no place being in the Magic Kingdom whatsoever. You have an attraction where you have audio of some of the audience members dying. You get warm water sprayed on you because you think it's blood.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't think that really belongs next to the princess fairy tale bullshit.
Yeah, I never thought of it that way, but yeah, you're right. You're right.
And then they they do it with that little creature, and he comes out all fucked up on the other side.
Poor guy. He's still in Stitch's Great Escape. He just doesn't get super messed up now.
Gabe, we have to wrap this up, dude.
Dang, man, it just happened so fast. You get dogging and
You're awesome, bro. Where can everybody find you?
Thank you so much, you guys, for having me on the show again. I really appreciate it.
No worries.
Everyone can follow me and my wife at themeparkduo.com. You can find us all over social media at Theme Park Duo, and you can search us on iTunes for our podcast, Theme Park Duo podcast. You can search keyword Theme Park Duo or Theme Park. You'll find us there.
Awesome, dude. Thank you, brother.
Thank you. Really appreciate it. You guys have fun, and don't get too fucked up today recording and stuff. You got to stay sober.
Later, dude.
Adios.
Later, Gabe.